Tonight, we dive into a case that exposes how far a person with power can go, and how a woman with nothing left to lose can rise from the very bottom. This is the story of a so-called landlord who terrorized a single mother, only for the court to uncover a truth so shocking it flipped everything upside down when Amara Benson, a 29-year-old single mother of two, moved into the cream-painted duplex at the end of Glover Street. She believed she had finally found stability, after escaping a difficult marriage and rebuilding her life piece by piece. This small, slightly crooked home gave her something she hadn't felt in years: safety. But within 3 months, that safety turned into fear, and that was when Jonas Murdoch appeared. He introduced himself as the landlord, but he didn't smile, didn't offer greetings, didn't show a hint of warmth. Instead, he looked right past her, as though she were an inconvenience cluttering his day. That was the first red flag she missed. Jonas quickly made it clear he enjoyed holding power over her. Late-night knocks claiming to check something, unannounced entries when she wasn't home, random threats about increasing the rent. Amara complained, but no one listened. She was just a soft-spoken single mother working 2 jobs. Jonas knew that, and he preyed on it. So when he slapped a crumpled 7-day eviction notice on her door, claiming she owed months of rent she had receipts for, she felt her world crumble. She tried to reason. She showed him proof. She begged for more time. But Jonas only smirked and said, "Sweetheart, people like you don't win fights like this." And for a moment, she believed him. The night before the eviction deadline, after tucking her kids into their shared bed, Amara sat in the dark, listening to the fridge hum and rain tapping the window. She whispered to herself, "I've faced worse. I won't let him break me." A soft knock interrupted her thoughts. It wasn't Jonas. It wasn't the police. It was Mrs. Adelaide, her elderly neighbor, holding an envelope. "I don't trust that man," she said. "You need this." Inside were photocopies of the official land registry. The listed property owner wasn't Jonas. His name was nowhere on any page. Amara felt her heart thunder. If he wasn't the landlord, then who was he? The next morning, instead of packing boxes, Amara marched into the courthouse with her children and the documents in her hands. She requested an emergency injunction, and the judge scheduled a same-day hearing. Jonas showed up confident, wearing an expensive watch, convinced the outcome was already his. He didn't even look her way. Inside the courtroom, Jonas spoke first, claiming ownership and waving papers he insisted were legitimate. But when the judge questioned him about how he acquired the property, he stumbled. When asked for the original deed, he stalled. When asked why the registry listed someone else, he began to sweat. The judge turned to Amara. Her hands trembled, but her voice remained steady. She presented the registry documents, her receipts, and Mrs. Adelaide's statement. For the first time, Jonas' confidence cracked. The judge leaned forward. "Mr. Murdoch, why do official records list Commissioner Edwin Cole as the owner of this property, not you?" The silence was heavy. Jonas swallowed hard as everything unraveled. He wasn't the landlord. He wasn't a manager. He wasn't even a legal resident. He was a squatter who had broken into the vacant property belonging to a government official stationed overseas, changed the locks, and posed as the owner to collect rent. The judge slammed the gavel and declared the eviction invalid. Jonas was ordered to vacate immediately and warned of further investigation. Outside the courthouse, sunlight felt warmer than it had in months. Amara hugged her children, tears of relief running down her face. Mrs. Adelaide stood nearby, smiling proudly. For the first time in years, Amara felt powerful. "People like me do win," she whispered. But as officers escorted Jonas away, he turned sharply and looked at her. His eyes burned with hatred. He leaned slightly toward her and muttered, "This isn't over." A chill ran through her spine. She could tell he meant it. That night, when Amara arrived home, something felt wrong. The lights were on, the gate was open, and on her doorstep lay an envelope with her name scrawled in thick black ink. Her hands shook as she opened it. Inside was a single photograph of Jonas, standing across from her house. The picture had been taken less than an hour earlier. On the back, written in uneven, threatening handwriting, were four chilling words: "You took everything. Now it's my turn." The story of justice had just taken a darker turn. Amara stood frozen on her doorstep, the photo trembling in her fingers. Jonah's stare burned from the picture like he was watching her even now. She felt the night tighten around her chest. Her children were inside. Her home was supposed to be safe. But as she closed the door and locked it twice, she realized safety was now a memory, not a reality. She spent the night awake, staring at the ceiling, listening for every sound. Every creak felt like a threat. Every whisper of wind felt like footsteps. By dawn, sleep hadn't touched her. Instead, a new fear settled in. What would he do next? The morning news brought no comfort. Jonas had been released pending further investigation. No bail, no restrictions, no warning given to Amara. She felt anger rise through her fear, anger that the system protected men like him, while women like her had to survive on instinct. At noon, she walked to Mrs. Adelai's home to thank her again. But the old woman wasn't answering her door. A thin slip of paper was taped to it. Back soon, except her windows were dark. Her gate was unlocked. Something felt wrong. As Amara turned to leave, she noticed a black SUV parked across the road, tinted windows, engine idling, the same kind of SUV Jonas used to drive when he pretended to own the house. Her heart jumped into her throat. She hurried home, clutching her purse, checking over her shoulder every 3 steps. Inside her house, her son Malik tugged her sleeve. "Mummy, our toys moved." She frowned. "What do you mean?" Malik pointed to the corner where their toy box always sat. It had been moved a full foot, and on top of it, neatly placed, was a marble land, unfamiliar one. Smooth, black, cold. She picked it up and felt its weight. Jonas used to flick marbles between his fingers during house inspections, a habit she'd always found unsettling. Her breath caught. Jonas had been inside her home. She called the police. They searched, but found nothing. No signs of forced entry. No fingerprints. No evidence. The officer shrugged, like skeptics do. Could have been the kids. She wanted to scream. The kids didn't collect marbles. Jonas did. That night, she installed new locks. 3 of them. She pushed a chair against the door. She slept in the living room with her children curled close. But at 2:17 a.m., the phone rang. A soft whisper came through the speaker. "You don't deserve that house." She didn't wait to hear more. She hung up, heart pounding so loud she could hear it in her ears. She blocked the number, but deep down, she knew he would call again. 2 days later, Commissioner Edwin Cole, the real owner of the property, returned unexpectedly from overseas. When he arrived at the house with police officers, he was visibly angry, but not at Amara. Jonas, the police assured. Amara, they were building a stronger case. But Commissioner Cole seemed troubled. He stepped aside and asked, "Have you seen anyone unusual around the house?" She hesitated, but told him everything. The threats, the photo, the phone call, the marble. His face strained. "This man, Jonas Murdoch. I recognize the name," he said stiffly. "He used to work from my office years ago. He was let go for forged signatures." He paused. "And harassment." Amara felt the floor tilt beneath her. Later that evening, as she tidied the living room, her daughter Zara handed her another envelope. "This was under the door," she said. Amara's hand shook as she opened it. Inside was a newspaper clipping. The headline read, "Former government clerk, under investigation for fraud." The photo beside it was Jonas Here's younger eyes, just as cold. A red circle had been drawn around the article. At the bottom of the clipping, in messy handwriting, were 4 more words. "You ruined my life." Amara's knees weakened. She sat down slowly as Zara climbed into her lap. Malik leaned against her shoulder. Her phone buzzed. A text message. "Unknown number. Look outside." Her throat tightened. She stood, heart hammering, and peeked through the blinds. A single figure stood across the street, tall, unmoving, staring at her house. She didn't need to see his face. The posture was enough. Jonas was back. She stepped away quickly and dialed the police. But when they arrived, the street was empty. No footprints, no figure, nothing. The officers exchanged doubtful looks, again looks that told her they believed she was exaggerating, the same looks women get when their fears are inconvenient. But she knew what she saw. That night, she sat awake with a notebook, documenting everything. Dates, times, photos, messages. She wasn't going to be dismissed. Not again. She would build her own case if she had to. But as she wrote, something dawned on her. The envelopes, the marbles, the calls, the newspaper clipping, they were all escalating, meaning Jonas wasn't just tormenting her, he was preparing something bigger. Around 3:43 a.m., the power cut out. The house fell into darkness. Her children whimpered. She crept to the window. The street was silent. To silent, her phone buzzed again. One message. You should have left when I told you. Her blood ran cold. And then 3 slow knocks tapped on her front door. Not loud, not rushed, just deliberate. She froze in place, breath caught in her chest. Her children clung to her. Another knock, and another. Each one slower, heavier, purposeful. She backed away, heart slamming against her ribs. Whispering prayers under her breath, the knocking stopped. Silence. Then a soft scrape echoed across the door, like someone dragging metal across the wood. She grabbed her phone, ready to call the police again, but before she could dial, a final message appeared on her screen. A picture, taken seconds ago, of her front door, with a single line beneath it. Next time, I won't knock. The nightmare was only beginning.